Hello. Uh, Hi Komal. I prepared this video. I'm preparing this video for you only because I realized that 103 people also you need a little bit of help to initiate writing. So I thought I'll speak about it. And when I talk about the research proposal, I just want to revise the research, educational research. We know that we have already discussed research is a critical investigation. It is a systematic and in-depth and extensive investigation to find truth, to find a new principle or to new theories, which helps to solve the problem or to raise the issues or to develop any new principles in the area of research that we are doing. Now, educational research as when we read George's work in 1963, educational research is a systematic application of scientific method for solving, sorry, there's a repetition, for solving educational problem. Generally, also when we say that educational research is a scientific method of solving problems in the field of education. That's what it is being said as educational research. So, and Creswell 2002 has also given a definition of educational research. He has mentioned that it is a cyclical process uh, of of steps that typically begins with identifying the research problem, which is where you are, or the issue of the study, and it involves reviewing the literature, specifying the purpose of further study, collecting and analyzing the data, and forming the interpretation. Finally, that results into writing a report which will be shared, and the information will be disseminated to the reporters, to the audiences, to the readers, which is evaluated and used in the evaluation educational community. Now, some of the purpose of educational research, these are very few I picked up from the Creswell book only 2002, which is to improve the practice which is going on in educational research. In education, educational research helps us to know what are the lacunas, the problems, and give us the ways to improve the practices which are going on in the field of education. It adds to the knowledge, the different research method helps to provide new information, adds to the knowledge, or address the gap in the knowledge if there is any gap between for example, between the theory and the practice, or any in between theories. Through the research, we can address the gap between the knowledge or expand the knowledge. Typically, this is done by the fundamental research and replicate knowledge. We can even check the validity of knowledge or the information or the theories by replicating it, by trying it again. And find it is also said that it adds voices of individual to knowledge, especially if you see from that critical ethnography, people who cannot be typically part of the world of academia, researchers can be part of carry their voices or add their voices to the knowledge arena. Now, the research areas, this is what we were discussing. The research area is an area where research problem issues are felt, and it has wide scope. Whenever we decide, we want to decide the research topic, we start from the research area. We think what is that area or what is that issue that we have felt and we want to do our research on. And then we decide the research problem. It is a statement about the concern that we have regarding the research problem that we want to solve or the problem to solve through thorough investigation. And then comes the topic. It is also a statement which is comprehensive, very stated very clearly, in a very refined way, which shows the concern, and it also shows the ways that problem can be solved. So now at the present situation, we are trying to look into finding the problem, to specifying it in the form of statement, for which reading is very important, review of the literature, and we finally state it in the form of a research topic. I don't want to go to the problem here. Just giving example of different universities decide different research areas, I picked up here Finland in 2018 had given some of the areas of which were, some of which are educational policies, cultures, and structures. Uh, in India, typically we give our research areas, we express our research areas depending on the speciality of the supervisor. Now, once we decide the topic, we have to write a research proposal. And in this course of PhD, paper 3103 that we say, preparation of research proposal, for this, the evaluation is done based on the presentation. Now, the first foremost part is that we have to decide the research problem or the research title of the topic. Then after that, you need to write an introduction. That means you need to introduce the problem. You can introduce by stating some of the facts. You can introduce by stating some of the issues. You can historically writing some historical information. You can introduce your problem. A page, one page introduction will do. As of now, then you have to do review of related literature. All that reviewing that you do regarding the literature which exists in the research areas, the academic work has to be reviewed and written in APA format. We follow, typically in education, we follow APA format. In APA format, under the review of related literature subheading. So let us say you look into the author. Let's say Creswell is something which is in my mind right now. Creswell 2012. In his writing express that the educational policies XYZ, you have to mention in such a way. And then you have to have as many as review of related literature. It is not as many as if now for the proposal at least 10 to 12 to 15 review of related literature. Then after that you'll have to write the rationale of the study. Rationale of the study is also the reason why you're doing the study, and this will be completely in your word, why you're going to do that study. I'm going back to review of related literature. When you do review, it also helps you to state the objectives of the study, which it's the functional objectives. So the review has to be very, very appropriate to the study. Okay. Now going to rationale, a rationale can be of one page or 1.5 page, completely in words. Reason, you have to state the reason why you're going to do a such kind of study, or why you have selected the research topic or the problem. Then after that is operational definition of terms used in the topic. For example, you're using critical pedagogy. You need to define that word, how it operates in your work, in your thesis, or how is it going to operate in your thesis. Critical pedagogy may operate a different way in a teacher education thesis. It may operate different typically in any pedagogy, classroom pedagogy, but you are trying to look at it at a different level. So your definition of critical pedagogy, how it operates, should be defined here. The words, the variables which operates in a study and which is stated in your topic has to be defined. It may be critical pedagogy, it may be educational policy, it may be education system, that has to be defined. Then after that, we write research questions. All the question that comes in your mind after reading the review has to be stated in the form of research questions. Then that leads to research question guides us to frame objectives of the study. And objectives of the study, 5, 6, let's say research questions are 5 or 6 in number, objectives are around 5 to 6 numbers. Then hypothesis, I'm writing if any because I remember your focus of your study. So if there is a need, we may frame the hypothesis of the study. Then comes the research design. How are you designing your research? Then we have to mention research method. Is it going to be method as descriptive survey? Is it going to be experimental method? Is it going to be ethnographic study, qualitative method, ethnographic study, or guide or grounded theory? Or is it going to be mixed method research? Under mixed method, is it sequential? Is it exploratory? Is it Embedded design, what is that you want to adopt, that you need to mention here. And the population where you'd want to do a study, units of the from where you are interested to study the area, and from where you're selecting the units of the study, units for your study, for sorry. And from there you will also need to decide the sample. Now if you're planning to do mixed, you will have to mention the sample for the mixed method and the sample for the qualitative study that you're going to do. Okay, and also the sampling technique that involves separately for qualitative and quantitative, and the tools that you're going to use. What are the tools that you're going to use? Is it interview schedule, observation schedule, fieldwork notebook, XYZ, or any standardized tools, XYZ, that you want to use, that you have to mention here. And if you are using any tools that are prepared in universities outside the countries, you also have to mention the copyright issues if you're if by any chance if you're using it. Then you have to mention all this will be a paragraph, 5 to 6 lines of each paragraph. Then how you're going to collect the data from the sample of your study, and data analysis, how you're going to analyze. If it is quantitative, you have to mention some of the statistics that you're going to use to analyze. If it is qualitative, how you're doing to coding and how transcription, coding, and other types of different analysis that you're going to use. And if it is mixed method, how we're going to triangulate, which are the kinds of analysis you're using for quantitative, for qualitative, and how you're going to triangulate. Then after that, the last portion is references. References are very important, and references here will be connected with the citation that you do. In-text citations, all the in-text citation that you do will be connected to references. Okay. So if you have not done any references APA before, I may send some of the videos to you. So with this, I want you to start writing research proposal, and we may talk after this because I'm not busy till Saturday, so I thought you may start writing the research proposal, or you may send me the topic so that you can start writing the research proposal. Okay, thank you.